your security and technology needs. Online at turnersecurity.us. That's turnersecurity.us.
Turn to Turner Security.
Listen each weekday morning at 9 o'clock for the Roundtable here on News Radio WGNS. Interesting hosts and guests with the news, views, and people that are shaping Rutherford County. Merry Christmas from all of us at News Radio WGNS. Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSradio.com.
Also, you can watch on Facebook, YouTube, and X our Rutherford Issues program. We're going to be talking about the Salvation Army here in just a second. Do want to remind you that Rutherford Issues is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. They're United Communications. That's the internet company for MTE. They are serving homes and businesses throughout the mid-state with super fast and reliable 99.99% reliable fiber internet service. You can find out more at mte.com/internet. That's United Communications. Fast, local, fiber. We're going to be catching up with our friends from the Salvation Army. Major Michael Knott joins us. And Major is on the road. He has been keeping the roads of Rutherford County pretty warm, checking up on keeping the kettles going, haven't you?
Yes, definitely.
Well, good to have you along with us today. And, we're inching closer to Christmas time. Kettles have been going since, I guess, early November, but really right after Thanksgiving, full-fledged, I guess, huh?
Correct. Started in the beginning of November, and then we went full-fledged the 18th, the weekend after Thanksgiving.
And you've had lots of volunteers manning the red kettles. I see photos on Facebook every now and then from some of my Facebook friends who said, we rang the bell at the kettles today. And, so you've gotten a lot of good volunteer support from the county.
Good volunteers. Always could use more. We still have opportunities for the next at least 4 days that if you're interested in trying to make it a traditional for your family, just go to www.registertoring.com and we'll get you hooked up that you can start a tradition for going into 2024.
So registertoring.com is where you sign up, right?
Yes. It's 5-hour increments, but it's a good opportunity to get your friends, neighborhoods, and all that to get in there and get involved in a good cause.
So let's kind of talk about the process. So if you go to Register to Ring and sign up, I know that it says there's a button for individuals, something else that's there. But when you sign up, do you get to pick your date and location and kind of walk us through that process?
Certain locations now that I've kind of fine-tuned as we're closing things down, that it's easier for me to manage going in the last couple of days because I've been all over the place since the 1st of November. And so just trying to keep my traffic down and be able to be there available for the volunteers to get them set up and to be there to pick up and relieve them and get the other ones connected that may be following behind them, that we keep the buckets fresh for each group so that we know what amount they make, and it's kind of a motivating for them for next year that, hey, you did this in 5 hours, what you could do a lot of things if you did in 10 hours. And so that kind of gets them an idea of what really, how important it is, and the bucket does what it does. But the biggest thing is it's just being relational with people and listening to their stories and stuff. That's the rewards you get out of it.
So now, the locations where you're doing this here, kind of walk us through those because you said you kind of parred that down.
The main thing I'm pushing right now is Sam's. Sam's is pretty, because I can't control Mother Nature, and so Sam's is a one door in, one door out, and so you're kind of protected from the elements except for the wind. Other than that, you shouldn't have to worry about it. And then we have the Memorial Boulevard grocery store that seems to be popular. I just went with the ones that were popular this year as we're getting in the last 4 days. So Memorial Boulevard, Walmart, and then we have Smyrna. If people live in Smyrna and want to do it, there's a Smyrna grocery store, Walmart. I do know Santa Claus is going to be out there. tomorrow morning, ringing for 5 hours and getting photos and all that stuff. So.
Now it looks like, so I just went on register to ring and clicked individual and then shift locations. And so you mentioned.
And then I have Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby has
Yeah.
2 doors. I've got the women's auxiliary out there, manning both doors today till 3. But again, I don't have anybody that's picked up from 3 to 8. So
Okay.
I'm appreciative of the participation, but just anticipating more as we push to the end to get all the resources that we can. Because as we know, the way we're having to manage our lifestyle, it's not cheap. And I'm getting a lot of calls for people who are homeless and people who need rent and utility and food, and all that just doesn't come free. I have to pay for it. If I don't have the resources, then I have to deny, and I don't like doing that.
Sure. And that really kind of takes us to if you can't volunteer, it's a great opportunity to give and to know that the dollars are staying right here locally to help individuals.
Yes. And if you're able to make that last donation for tax purposes as you get ready to close out 2023, or you just haven't had time because you've been really trying to focus on your Christmas. And I understand also this week people are preparing, or I've already got their shopping. They'll be leaving town. So usually this time of the year, the last week, my volunteers fall off because they have their own family and opportunities that they have already planned to do, and I understand that. But those are that kind of maybe forgot that Christmas was here. I'm still getting those calls that it's here, and you have opportunities still to be a part of the Salvation Army and help us meet the needs for those people who are less fortunate.
Major Michael Knott is joining us here from the local Salvation Army. We're talking about red kettles. You'll see them at Walmart and Sam's Club. That's the Walmart on Memorial in Murfreesboro, Hobby Lobby, and in Smyrna as well. At the Walmart, I believe it is, didn't you say?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So if you can give, drop in the kettle. We are coming up on the end of the year, and so people may be looking for, some more charitable donations for their tax purposes, and this is obviously a good opportunity.
And we always have staff in the office. They would be happy to write you a receipt, and I'm in and out, but my wife is there to be able to meet us in person. I know it's a community. We've been here 4 years, and I know I don't know everybody, so but we're getting there.
Yeah, that's true. So just a few days until Christmas. So if you would like to help out and take a shift ringing the bell at the Red Kettle here in Murfreesboro or in Smyrna, register to ring.com, and you can get signed up right there and give, if you can, for sure, to the Red Kettle campaign that helps our local Salvation Army. You mentioned, I guess with wintertime, Major, you do have an uptick in those who are seeking some type of shelter, I would think.
Yes, we do, and we're full, and I call it full and fresh, and so trying to find other avenues. We share resources that other shelters that we have in town, but most of them were deferring back to Nashville Rescue Mission. Don't leave the area you're at because there's not a whole lot of opportunity here in Murfreesboro to make sure you have that secure place to stay and that job is set in stone. And we're finding out that when they get here, they don't have the job, or what their living arrangements didn't work out. And so it just triples into more and more to the problem that we're having right now.
Yeah. Also wanted to ask about Angel Tree and get an update on that. I know Mrs. Major has her hand heavily involved in that.
Yeah, she took yesterday off as a kind of a duress day. Our big event was Friday, and we gave out over 1,500 angels. And then we've been partnered with Nissan, and they did 500 on top of that. So we just had a few that either had a language barrier or didn't come, and so we're trying to reconnect those via phone. And then ultimately, I think most of them are from a school, and we're going to try to load that up and at least get it to the school that maybe the counselors can get it to those children that aren't able to speak the language.
Well, that's awesome how all of that goes together, and that's kind of one of the things that you've done with Angel Tree is work through the schools and the counselors to find those that need it, right?
Right. And then, we can't forget about our seniors. We did 2 seniors centers this year, one in Smyrna, one in Laverne. So we dropped those off and then we're also taking care of past shelter people that have went to permanent housing. We still connect with them. So we have coaches delivering their little surprise Christmas gift that, hey, we haven't forgot about you. Here's this, not much, but hey, hope this helps out. So it's just clothes, socks, stuff that, you normally wouldn't have to go buy now that someone's just giving it to you.
Sure. And that's kind of what the senior angels are too, aren't they? Just like things that people need.
Yeah, senior angels, the ones that, and it's gone through their program director, so it's ones that kind of like they have a need, and some of those needs are, I needed a vacuum. I have to vacuum, and I don't have one. I can't afford it, or microwave, or, I don't have socks, or I really can't afford a 24-pack of Dr. Pepper. It's just really neat on what they ask for. Some have even asked for, I just want a bird feeder outside my window with bird seed that really makes me at peace. And so we try to provide what they really want so they kind of feel a little bit more at home.
Well, I know that it is an awfully busy time for you and Mrs. Major as well. And, I would think that once Christmas gets here, do you all get at least a little bit of time to put your feet up and reflect on what had just occurred the last 6 weeks or so?
Yes, we get to reflect on it, and I'm really thankful for the weather that's been provided this year for Christmas. It's been cold, but we don't have the wet and nasty stuff, and so the volunteers have been very gracious and just manning and being able to do that. And, as Christmas rolls down, we also need to be fed and rejuvenated, so we kind of just disappear for about a week or so. And step away from it all, and we have a good team that would manage it while we're gone. So the needs don't go away, and we have a team that'll handle it, and then we'll step back into it and hit the ground running again.
And 2024 will be here before we know it, and lots of things to plan for here in the new year, I'm sure.
Yes, definitely.
It won't be long till we'll be talking about the big signature fundraising event for the Salvation Army. Isn't that a springtime thing now?
The Beyond the Bell event. That's around the corner. Be here before we know it.
Yeah, sure will. Well, Major, I appreciate you spending a little time with us here this morning, and Merry Christmas to you and everybody at the Salvation Army, and hope you have a wonderful Christmas.
Merry Christmas to everyone, and a Happy New Year.
All right, that is Major Michael Knott joining us here on the show today. Rutherford Issues from News Radio, WGNS. I want to thank Major Michael Knott for joining us by phone. He's been out delivering, picking up kettles, moving around. It's such a busy time for them at the Salvation Army. So many thanks to Major. And a reminder that if you missed part of our program today, that you can go back and listen in many locations. You can go back and listen at WGNSradio.com under podcast and Rutherford Issues. And you can also go online to our Facebook page. That's WGNSradio.com/goodneighbor or Good Neighbor Station /WGNS Radio. Okay. And then on YouTube, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at News Radio WGNS. You'll be able to view all of the programs that we have. Also, special Christmas music over the holidays. You'll be able to watch that and listen on YouTube and Facebook, and also on X at WGNS Radio. All right, friends, have a good day, and don't forget, registertoring.com. You can pick up a shift for the Salvation Army Red Kettle. See you next time.
Hi, I'm Wade Hayes, owner of Toots Good Food and Fun. I strongly believe that volunteers make a positive difference in the quality of life here in our community.
Denise Carlton with the Murfreesboro Women's Club is the Toots' outstanding